Growing old. If your kids disrespect or ignore you, stay calm and try this. Getting older is awesome, but nothing stings quite like being ignored or disrespected by your kids. The ones you poured your heart and soul into raising. You gave them everything, and now they seem distant? Ouch. Before you let anger or sadness take over, take a deep breath. We can totally fix this. In today's video, I'll share some easy steps to help you feel good about yourself again, and maybe even reconnect with your kids. Let's do this. 1. Stay cool. Avoid confrontation. Why is staying calm so important? When your kids ignore or disrespect you, it's natural to feel hurt, angry, or frustrated. But reacting with negative emotions can make things much worse. Staying calm doesn't mean you're accepting disrespect. It's about taking control of the situation and keeping communication lines open. What happens when you lose your cool? When you're angry and lash out, your kids might feel attacked and become defensive. They might shut down, avoid you, or even act out more. You lose control of the situation, saying things you regret that damage your relationship. Instead of getting them to change, you just escalate the tension. And all that negative energy, it takes a toll on you, leading to stress, anxiety, and even impacting your physical health. It's exhausting. So, how do you stay calm when your kids are being disrespectful or ignoring you? Take a step back. When you feel that hurt or anger rising, stop. Breathe deeply. Don't react immediately. Remind yourself that getting angry isn't going to solve anything. It's okay to take a break. Don't take it personally. Sometimes kids act out because of their own stuff. It's not always about you. Try to see the situation objectively. Maybe they're stressed about school or having a tough time with friends. Use the pause method. When you feel that frustration bubbling up, count to 10 before you respond. If you still can't control your emotions, take more time. Step away, go for a walk, listen to some music. Whatever helps you calm down. Write it down. Journaling your feelings can be a great way to release that pressure without exploding. Getting it out on paper can help you process your emotions and figure out a better way to handle things. Redirect that negative energy. Instead of focusing on your anger, do something relaxing. Exercise, listen to music, meditate, take a bath. Anything that helps you chill out. A calmer you means a calmer interaction with your kids. Remember your long-term goals. Ask yourself, what do I want from this relationship? If you want a better connection, staying calm is the first crucial step. The benefits of staying calm? You'll keep communication flowing, preventing those defensive walls from going up. You'll be in control of your emotions, making better decisions. You'll have a chance to solve problems constructively, improving your relationship instead of damaging it. And most importantly, you'll protect your own mental health. It's a win-win for everyone. 2. Reflections on relationships. Why reflect on your relationship? When your kids ignore or disrespect you, it's important to consider if past issues might be contributing to the distance. This isn't about excusing their behavior, but understanding the root cause can help you approach the situation with more empathy and a better strategy. Reacting impulsively can worsen things, while an understanding approach can open doors to reconciliation. Consider your parent-child history. Ask yourself, were there past events that hurt your child? Did you unintentionally make them feel neglected, unheard, or overly controlled? Could they be struggling with something you haven't noticed? Has the relationship been slowly fracturing without you realizing it? Family history, upbringing, and your child's personal experiences all impact their current attitude. For example, if they felt overly pressured as a child, they might distance themselves to gain independence. If you unintentionally showed favoritism, one child might still feel unfairly treated. If you were overly strict or showed little affection, they might feel disconnected. Identify the specific problem. After reflection, pinpoint the source of the rift. Is it a misunderstanding? Maybe they misinterpreted your words or actions. Different expectations? You might want more time together while they crave independence. Unresolved hurt. They might still harbor negative feelings from the past that they haven't shared. Their circumstances, work stress, family issues, or personal problems might leave them with less time for you. Put yourself in their shoes. Instead of focusing solely on your perspective, try to see things from your child's point of view. How would you feel if you were them, considering your parenting style? If you were busy with work and family, how would you react to constant demands for attention from your parents? If you had unresolved issues from the past that your parents didn't recognize, how would that make you feel? Empathy can help you approach the situation more gently and open the door for dialogue. Avoid blame. Seek understanding. Don't dwell on, why are they like this? Instead, ask, what can I do to improve this relationship? Self-blame or assigning blame doesn't help. Focus on understanding and reconciliation. When to talk. If reflection reveals unresolved issues, try a gentle conversation. But choose the right time. Avoid talking when stressed or busy. Use positive language. Instead of blaming, say, I want to understand how you feel, or I'm sad about the distance and want to know if you're okay. Avoid criticism. Accusations will likely trigger a negative response instead of open communication. Benefits of reflecting on your relationship. Increased understanding of your child. See things from their perspective, not just your own. Avoid hurtful emotional reactions. Approach the situation rationally instead of reacting with anger or blame. Opportunities for reconciliation. Understanding the root cause allows you to improve the relationship instead of letting it deteriorate further. Protects your mental health. Understanding eases feelings of sadness and disappointment. 3. Connecting with respect and openness. Why is communication important when your kids ignore or disrespect you? When children are disrespectful or distant, many parents react into two extremes. Getting angry and criticizing. This makes kids feel attacked and may push them further away. Staying silent and enduring. This can lead to simmering resentment that never gets resolved. Neither approach helps. Instead, respectful, open communication is key to maintaining and repairing your relationship. Principles of effective communication. Communication isn't just about speaking your mind, it's about how you speak and listen. Here are some important principles. Avoid confrontation and blame. Instead of saying, why do you treat me this way? Try, I feel sad when we don't talk much. Listen without judgment. Kids might have reasons you don't understand. Use positive, gentle language. Avoid blaming or sarcasm, it just escalates tension. Using I statements, I feel. When talking about disrespect or distance, use I feel statements instead of you always or you never. For example, you always disrespect me, you never respect me. I feel hurt when you don't listen to me. Why this works? It prevents kids from feeling accused and defensive. It honestly conveys your feelings without creating conflict. Choosing the right time and place. Time and place hugely impact conversations. Avoid talking when you're both angry. If your child is stressed or you're upset, wait until you're calmer. Choose a quiet, uninterrupted setting. A chat during a meal or walk might be better than when someone's busy. Ask open-ended questions instead of dictating. Instead of imposing your views, ask questions to encourage sharing. For example, you should spend more time with me. How's life been lately? What can I do to understand you better? Open-ended questions show respect and encourage dialogue, not pressure. Control your tone and body language. Words aren't everything. Your tone and body language matter. Avoid harsh, critical, or sarcastic tones. A calm, slow voice helps. Maintain eye contact. It shows you care. Avoid crossed arms or defensive postures. Sit or stand openly and comfortably. Accept differences and avoid forcing. Sometimes, disagreements aren't about right or wrong, but different perspectives. Don't expect kids to think like you. Society changes. Kids' views on family, careers, and relationships may differ from yours. Don't try to control or change them with words. Let them have space to grow and make their own decisions. When to end a conversation. Not every conversation goes as planned. If your child reacts negatively or isn't willing to talk, end it gently instead of forcing it. For example, if they don't want to talk, you could say, I understand you're not ready to talk now. When you are, I'm here to listen. This removes pressure and allows them to reconsider later. Benefits of respectful, open communication. Gives kids a chance to understand your feelings. Gently expressed thoughts are easier to accept. Prevents kids from feeling attacked. This reduces defensiveness and keeps communication open. Builds a foundation for constructive conversations. Good communication solves current problems and improves long-term relationships. Helps you feel better. Sharing feelings constructively relieves stress without damaging relationships. 4. Set healthy boundaries. Why set boundaries with disrespectful or ignoring children? Many parents tolerate, overlook, or sacrifice to maintain peace. However, if children consistently disrespect you without limits, you might feel hurt, undervalued, taken advantage of, and unable to build a respectful relationship. Setting boundaries doesn't mean cutting them off. It protects your self-worth and mental health, ensuring you're treated with respect. Identify unacceptable behaviors. Before setting boundaries, pinpoint behaviors that hurt or disrespect you. Examples include rude or sarcastic language, ignoring you without reason, financial or emotional exploitation, contacting you only for help, and disrespectful complaints. Communicate boundaries clearly. Once identified, clearly communicate these boundaries. Instead of saying, "You're always rude and ungrateful," try, "I love you, but I can't accept this tone. Can we talk respectfully?" Instead of, "You only call when you need money," try, "I'm happy to help, but I want a two-way relationship. It hurts when you only contact me for help." Clear communication shows you won't be taken advantage of. Don't let love make you give in. Many parents struggle fearing alienation. However, ignoring disrespect teaches children it's acceptable. Avoid saying you won't tolerate something but then doing nothing. Don't feel guilty saying no. Be firm. Remind them calmly but clearly. Setting boundaries protects mutual respect, not punishes. If your child doesn't accept your boundaries, persist and stay firm. If they remain rude after a warning, say, "I'll end this conversation if you continue. I'm happy to talk when you're respectful." If they only contact you for help, say, "I'm happy to help, but let's also have conversations beyond your needs. Let's check in on each other." Consistency is key. Know when to distance yourself. If disrespect continues despite boundaries, temporarily distance yourself to avoid further hurt. Do this if they consistently show contempt, you're emotionally exhausted, or they only exploit you. Distancing isn't abandoning. It protects your self-worth and mental health. Setting boundaries doesn't mean pushing your child away. Many fear children will stop talking. Properly set boundaries, teach respect, build an equal relationship, and protect you from emotional harm. Boundaries show love doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. Benefits of setting boundaries: mutual respect, maintaining self-worth, preventing negative behaviors, strengthening your independence and self-esteem, and building a healthier family relationship long-term. 5. Invest in your own happiness. Why focus on your happiness when your kids ignore or disrespect you? Many parents, especially as they get older, tend to tie their happiness to their children. They long for their children's care, love, and filial piety. However, when children are indifferent or disrespectful, this can cause deep hurt, feelings of abandonment or worthlessness, and a dependence on children for happiness. This can lead to a loss of personal joy, making life feel empty. The truth is, your happiness shouldn't depend on anyone but yourself. When you focus on your own happiness, you become stronger, more independent, and may even naturally attract more attention from your children. Understand that happiness doesn't depend solely on your kids. Many parents see their children as the center of their lives, but this can lead to disappointment if their children don't act as expected. Common mistakes: believing children are responsible for their happiness, feeling lost and directionless when children grow up and have their own lives, trying to hold on to children by complaining or making excessive sacrifices. The right mindset: your happiness doesn't depend on your children, it's in your hands. When you create your own joy, life feels more meaningful without waiting for your children. Find your own joy. Instead of putting all your expectations on your children, find things that bring you personal joy. Ways to invest in your happiness: explore new hobbies, painting, playing music, writing, gardening, exercise, walking, yoga, fitness classes. Socialize, spend time with old friends or join community groups, volunteer. Lifelong learning, reading, online classes, exploring new fields. Investing in yourself shows you that life offers many exciting things, regardless of your children's attention. Avoid loneliness by building social connections. One reason parents feel let down when their children distance themselves is a lack of support beyond their family. Building social connections helps you feel connected and less dependent on your children. Expanding your network. Join clubs for seniors, reconnect with old friends, chat with neighbors, or participate in community activities. Join online groups with shared interests. A good network of friends prevents loneliness, even if your children don't contact you often. Maintain physical and mental health. Happiness is impossible without good health. When you're healthy, your spirits are brighter. Healthy habits. Maintain a healthy diet, avoid processed foods, eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, drink enough water. Regular exercise. A 30-minute walk daily improves both physical and mental health. Maintain a positive mindset. Meditation, reading, self-development classes. Good health gives you the energy to enjoy life without relying on your children's attention. Learn to be independent, emotionally and financially. Many parents feel sad when their children don't care, but part of that sadness might stem from dependence, especially financially. Becoming more independent. Secure your finances if possible. Financial independence provides autonomy and removes the need to depend on your children's support. Don't expect your children to always take care of you. If they do, that's wonderful, but you can still take care of yourself. Financial and emotional self-sufficiency prevents anxiety when children don't provide as much attention as hoped. Become an inspiration. A happy and strong parent is naturally attractive. When children see you happy, independent, and enjoying life, they'll naturally want to connect more. Let your children see you, remaining cheerful and positive even without them. Continuously learning and growing instead of dwelling on the past. Treating them with love without controlling or criticizing them. A positive attitude might encourage children to spend more time with you, rather than feeling obligated. Make relationships with your children a choice, not an obligation. Instead of making children feel they must spend time with you out of obligation, make them want to because you're interesting and positive. How to do this? Don't complain or criticize if they don't call often. Don't pressure them to spend time with you. When they visit or contact you, keep conversations light and enjoyable. When children see being with you as a pleasant experience, not a duty, they'll naturally want to connect more. Benefits of investing in your happiness. You won't be affected by your children's behavior. You'll find life more meaningful even if your children don't show much attention. You'll have a natural appeal, making children want to spend more time with you. You can enjoy your later years fully without depending on anyone. 6. Let's build a support system. Why is a support system important? When your kids ignore or disrespect you. When kids become distant or disrespectful, parents can feel lonely, sad, and lost. But life isn't just about your children. Many other relationships can offer emotional support. Building a support system helps you reduce loneliness, find encouragement and understanding from others, live a rich life independent of your children. Discover new joy and motivation. A support system isn't just for comfort, it energizes you, inspires you, and helps you live more fully. Connect with friends and family. Don't isolate yourself when feeling rejected or ignored by your kids. Many parents withdraw, but this worsens sadness. Solution: reach out to trusted friends and family. Text, call, or meet up for a chat. Reconnect with people who cared about you. Make regular get-togethers a habit. Actively schedule time with friends. Regular coffee dates, breakfasts, walks. Attend events together. Weddings, birthdays, cultural festivals, reunions. Host gatherings at home. Sometimes tea and conversation are all you need. A strong network means you won't rely so heavily on your kids. Join clubs or community groups. Expand your social circle. If your existing circle isn't enough, join community groups or clubs. Ideas: book clubs, exercise groups, yoga, dance, walking, volunteer groups, classes, art, cooking, photography, tech. Benefits: you'll make new friends and find life more meaningful. Find support in online groups. Connect with others in similar situations. If in-person groups are difficult, find online communities. Many support groups exist for parents whose kids ignore them, people seeking joy in later life, or those with shared interests. You can join Facebook or other social media groups on health, psychology, parenting. Connect with others to share experiences and encourage each other. Take online classes to learn new things. Location doesn't matter. You can find people who listen and share. Build strong relationships with neighbors. Near neighbors. Far family. Don't underestimate nearby relationships. Neighbors can become great friends. How? Start conversations. Invite them over for tea or meals. Offer help when needed to build trust and connection. Nearby support means someone's always there, even if your kids are distant. Get support from counselors or therapists. Don't hesitate to seek professional help. If you're deeply hurt by your children's actions, consider professional help for a fresh perspective. Benefits of therapy. Understand and manage your emotions. Find solutions for your relationship with your kids. Regain confidence and peace of mind. Seeking help isn't weakness, it's self-care. Participate in volunteer activities. Joy from helping others. Helping others is a great way to overcome loneliness. Activities. Volunteer at a food bank. Support orphans or the elderly. Help with educational programs or mentoring. Helping others improves their lives and yours. Know how to receive and give. Learn to accept love from others. Many parents always give but forget they deserve love and support too. Allow yourself to accept help and encouragement from friends, neighbors, or family. Don't be afraid to express your feelings and ask for support. Affection doesn't only come from children. Others can offer unexpected warmth. Benefits of building a support system. You won't feel lonely or dependent on your children. You'll have people to share with, listen, and support you. You can enjoy life independently and happily. You'll have more joy and motivation to grow. 7. Focus on your own legacy, not your kids' actions. Why focus on your own legacy? Many parents, especially as they age, get caught up in the idea that their children's behavior reflects their own worth and success. When children are neglectful or disrespectful, parents may feel like failures, but this isn't entirely true. The important truth: your life isn't defined by how your children treat you. Your value lies in what you've done, the people you've helped, and the impact you've made on the world. You can't control your children's behavior, but you can control the legacy you leave, both tangible and intangible. Instead of focusing on how your children treat you, shift your attention to the lasting value you can contribute to the world. Legacy isn't just assets, it's the value you've built. Many think legacy means just money and possessions left to heirs, but the most important legacy is the impact you've had on others' lives. Here are some legacies you can leave. Moral and personal values. Your children, relatives, and friends can learn from how you live. Good deeds. The kindness you've shown will be remembered. Knowledge and experience. Your teachings, writings, and shared lessons can continue to influence future generations. Positive attitude. Your optimistic outlook can inspire those around you. You can't control your children's actions, but you can control how you live to leave a meaningful legacy. Reflect on your accomplishments. Focusing on your children's indifference might cause you to miss all the amazing things you've done. Ask yourself, how many people have I helped? What challenges have I overcome? What important lessons have I taught my children? What wonderful memories have I created? Write down your achievements, big or small. Looking back, you'll realize your life is far more meaningful than how your children treat you. Live by your values, not others' expectations. Many parents live with the belief, I sacrificed everything for my children, so they must repay me. This is a dangerous expectation because it makes your happiness dependent on your children's behavior. It puts undue pressure on your children, making them feel obligated. If your children don't act as you expect, you'll feel deeply disappointed and hurt. Instead, live by your own values. Maintain your self-respect, regardless of your children's attention. Do things that make you proud. Don't let others' actions change your good nature. You can teach gratitude, but you can't force it. Live a fulfilling life rather than waiting for recognition from others. Pass on important lessons. If your children don't value your teachings, share your values with others. Ways to leave an intellectual and spiritual legacy. Write a journal or memoir. Share your life and the lessons you want to leave behind. Share knowledge and experience. Help younger people or those who need advice. Mentor those who care. If your children don't listen, teach your grandchildren, students, or community. Participate in community activities. Volunteer, join charities, or inspire others online. Your lessons won't be lost if you share them. Except you can't control your children. One of the hardest truths is that you can't change or control how your children treat you. What you can control: how you react to their indifference, how you use your remaining time to create meaning, how you treat yourself and others. What you can't control: how your children think about you, how your children treat you, your children's life choices. Accepting this brings relief, reduces expectations, and fosters inner peace. Live for happiness, not recognition. Ultimately, ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? Am I enjoying my life? Am I doing things I'm proud of? Instead of worrying about your children's indifference, focus on living the most meaningful, free, and fulfilling life possible. Benefits of focusing on your own legacy. Finds meaning beyond your children. Fosters self-pride, regardless of children's acknowledgement. Creates a positive impact beyond your children. Brings inner peace by reducing dependence on others' treatment. 8. Rolling with the punches. Why accept reality when your kids ignore or disrespect you? It hurts when your kids distance themselves or disrespect you. Many parents feel heartbroken, angry, or disappointed. Some try to change their kids, others wallow in sadness and guilt. But you can't control how your kids behave. You can control how you react. Acceptance isn't giving up, it's finding inner peace to live better. Letting go of unrealistic expectations frees you from suffering. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you focus on what matters and rediscover joy. Understand they're individuals. It's hard to accept your kids aren't clones. As they grow, they have their own lives, thoughts, and choices. They're influenced by society, friends, work, and things outside the family. Some kids forget gratitude. That's their choice, not your fault. You can raise them with love and good values, but you can't force them to act as you expect. Don't try to control their behavior. A common mistake is constantly reminding, scolding, or complaining, forcing them to spend time with you or behave a certain way. Comparing them to others creates pressure and distance. You can't force love or respect. The more you try to control, the more hurt you'll be when it doesn't work. Focus on controlling your emotions and how you react. Accepting they have the right to live their lives, whether you agree or not, brings relief. Free yourself from suffering. When ignored or treated badly, parents often self-blame. What did I do wrong? Am I a failure? Would they change if I tried harder? These thoughts only cause more pain, not change. Accept you did your best. Understand you're not responsible for their adult behavior. Stop blaming yourself and focus on living better, not expecting them to change. Letting go of guilt and unrealistic expectations brings peace. Set emotional boundaries. Acceptance doesn't mean enduring constant hurt. If your kids repeatedly hurt you, set boundaries to protect your mental health. If they're rude, say you won't tolerate it. I love you, but I won't continue this conversation if you talk like that. If they only contact you for help, learn to gently but firmly refuse. If they're distant but you want connection, let them decide when to reconnect. Setting boundaries doesn't mean cutting them off. It protects your peace. Focus on what you can control. Instead of grieving over the uncontrollable, focus on what you can change. You can control how you spend your time and energy each day, choosing happiness even if your kids don't care. The relationships you build with people who love and appreciate you. You can't control your kids' thoughts and actions, their reactions to you, or their personal choices. Shifting from "I can't change them" to "what can I do to live better" gives you back control. Know your happiness doesn't depend on them. Many parents think their happiness depends on their kids. You can create your own happiness, regardless of how they treat you. Spend time on hobbies, reading, painting, exercising, gardening. Build relationships with people who care about you. Join community groups or volunteer. Enjoy small things like a good cup of tea or a peaceful morning. When you create your own happiness, you won't feel dependent on your kids' behavior. Benefits of accepting the uncontrollable: less worry and suffering, a freer life unbound by negative emotions, focusing on what you can do to live happier. Increased inner peace and mental well-being. 9. Get the expert help you need whenever you need it. Why seek professional help when feeling hurt? Being ignored or disrespected by your children isn't just emotionally painful, it negatively impacts your mental and physical health. You might feel lonely, lost, or even depressed. Negative thoughts can affect your confidence and lower your quality of life. You might not know how to cope, leading to prolonged feelings of helplessness. Seeking professional help isn't a sign of weakness, it shows you care about yourself. If your hurt is growing, don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist, counselor, or support group. to regain peace and balance. When should you seek professional help? Not everyone needs therapy, but some signs suggest you should seriously consider getting help. Warning signs: persistent sadness, depression, or loss of interest in life, inability to control negative emotions, frequent crying or anger, feeling worthless or blaming yourself for your children's distance. Insomnia, prolonged anxiety, or changes in appetite, loss or overeating. Feeling stuck, unable to escape your pain. Negative thoughts about life, the future, or your self-worth. If you experience one or more of these, seek help before these feelings become more serious. Mental health is as important as physical health. Don't ignore warning signs. Benefits of seeing a therapist. A therapist or counselor can help you understand and manage your emotions, learn healthy coping mechanisms for hurt feelings, identify and replace negative thoughts with more positive ones, build confidence and regain self-worth, find practical solutions to improve relationships with your children or build a happier life independent of them. You don't have to suffer alone. There's always someone ready to help. Types of professional support. Many ways exist to get professional support depending on your needs and the level of hurt you're experiencing. Individual therapy. Meet with a therapist for direct conversation and tailored advice. Suitable when you need someone to listen and help you process personal emotions. Support groups. Join groups for parents whose children are distant or disrespectful. Suitable when you want to hear similar stories and find empathy from others in the same situation. Online therapy. Many therapists offer counseling via Zoom, phone, or text, making it easily accessible without travel. Suitable when you have a busy schedule or prefer not to meet in person. Self-help books and emotion management resources. Many books and resources teach you how to manage your emotions and overcome pain. Suitable when you prefer self-study and learning at your own pace. There's no right or wrong way. Choose what suits you best. Hesitant to see a therapist? Many, especially older generations, hesitate to seek help, fearing judgment. Common misconceptions: only weak people need therapy. I'm not crazy, I don't need a therapist. Talking to a stranger won't help. The truth: seeking help doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're taking care of yourself intelligently. Mental health issues aren't signs of craziness, but a natural part of life. Therapists are experienced professionals with tools to help you overcome negative emotions. You deserve support to live a more peaceful and happy life. How to care for your mental health. Besides professional help, you can improve your mental health yourself. Self-care methods. Journaling. Writing down thoughts and feelings helps relieve stress. Light exercise. Walking, yoga, or dancing improves mood. Meditation or deep breathing reduces anxiety and promotes calmness. Avoid prolonged negative thinking. When you notice negativity, shift your focus. Connect with friends and community. Talking to others reduces loneliness. You don't have to change everything at once. Small steps daily can make a big difference. Benefits of seeking professional support. Helps you understand and manage your emotions. Reduces stress, anxiety, and emotional pain. Teaches you healthy ways to cope with your children's distance. Creates a happier life less dependent on how your children treat you. Helps you achieve greater mental strength and peace. 10. Don't beat yourself up about it. Why do parents blame themselves when their children ignore or disrespect them? When children become distant, uncaring, or even disrespectful, many parents fall into a cycle of guilt, asking themselves, "What did I do wrong? Am I a failure as a parent? If I had raised them differently, would they treat me better?" This is a natural reaction, but self-blame doesn't help. It only adds to your suffering and erodes your self-esteem. The truth: parents can't completely control their children's lives. Children have their own personalities, choices, and circumstances. Not every behavior stems from you. Self-reproach won't change the present, only harm your mental well-being. Instead of self-blame, accept that you've done your best and focus on finding peace. Understand that parenting doesn't always yield expected results. You can love and raise your children with all your heart, but the outcome isn't always what you hoped for. Factors beyond your control. Influence from friends, society, and their environment. Personal experiences your child may have had, how your child processes and reacts to your lessons. Generational differences in thinking. You can be a wonderful parent, but your children may still choose a path different from your expectations. That's not your fault. Identify negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. When children treat you poorly, parents often have negative thoughts like, "I deserve this because I'm not a good parent. My child treats me this way because I failed. If I had done better, my child wouldn't be like this." Replace them with healthy thoughts. "I did my best with what I knew at the time. My child has their own life and I can't control everything. I deserve love and respect, regardless of how my child behaves." Positive thinking helps you feel lighter and avoids the guilt spiral. Don't let the past control you. You might think a past mistake caused your child's distance, but focusing on the past won't change the present. Instead of, "I should have spent more time with them. If I had been gentler that day, maybe things would be different." Ask yourself, what can I do right now to make myself happier? How can I enjoy my life instead of regretting the past? Focusing on the present frees you from the burden of the past and helps you find peace. Don't let gratitude become a burden. One reason parents get hurt is believing children owe them gratitude. Reality. Despite your sacrifices, children have the right to choose their own path. They may not always show gratitude the way you want. This doesn't mean they don't love you. They might simply not recognize the value of what you've done. You can teach gratitude, but you can't force it. Don't compare yourself to other families. Parents often blame themselves more when they see other families with closer relationships. But the truth is, no family is perfect. They may have issues you don't see. Everyone's circumstances are different. Comparison only makes you feel worse, not better. Focus on your journey instead of comparing yourself to others. Build self-respect and self-love. Instead of self-reproach, learn to respect and love yourself. How to build self-respect. Remind yourself that you deserve love and respect. Find your own joys in life. Don't let your happiness depend on your children. Connect with people who love and appreciate you. Set boundaries with your children to protect your peace. You have your own value, even if your children don't realize it. Focus on the good in life. When you focus too much on the negative, you easily fall into guilt and suffering. Try these. Write down 3 good things each day. A happy memory, someone who helped you, or something that made you smile. Dedicate time to personal hobbies, reading, listening to music, gardening. Connect with people who bring you positive energy. Focusing on the good gradually brings more happiness. Benefits of stopping self-blame. You'll feel lighter, no longer burdened by the past. You can enjoy your life instead of living in regret. You'll rebuild self-respect and find your own worth. You'll become less dependent on your children's treatment of you to define your happiness. 11. Lead by example. Why is leading by example important? When kids are disrespectful or ignore their parents, many react by giving the cold shoulder, criticizing or blaming their children, showing suffering and sacrifice, hoping for change. These approaches rarely work and often worsen things. A better way is leading by example, showing respect, calmness, and maturity so kids can learn from your behavior. You can't force change, but you can inspire it by how you act. Stay calm and composed. When kids are disrespectful, you might feel hurt and angry, but reacting angrily only makes things worse. Instead, stay calm in your words and actions, even if they aren't treating you well. Don't lower yourself by begging for attention or showing your pain. Don't overreact or cut them off impulsively. Controlling your emotions shows maturity and self-respect. Treat them how you want to be treated. Many parents, when ignored, become distant, complain, or list their sacrifices. But if you want respect, show it first. Talk calmly and kindly, even if they don't. Listen when they want to share, instead of judging or dismissing them. Show genuine care without conditions or expecting immediate reciprocation. Mature, respectful treatment encourages them to follow suit. Be firm with your boundaries. Leading by example doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or ignoring bad behavior. Set clear limits. If they're rude, say, "I'm happy to talk when you can speak respectfully." If they only contact you for help, say, "I'm happy to help, but I also want a balanced relationship. Consistent but not harsh boundaries show self-respect, encouraging them to respect you more. Be patient. Change takes time. Leading by example is a long-term process, not a quick fix. Accept that kids might not change immediately, but consistency impacts them. If they're distant, they might need time to reflect. Your patience creates a safe space for them to return when ready. Live with dignity without forcing immediate change. Hold on to your values. Don't let their bad behavior change your good nature. You can live by your values. Be kind and forgiving, but don't be a doormat. Don't let hurt turn you bitter or resentful. Kids may forget what you say, but they'll remember how you lived. Don't force change. A common mistake is trying to force kids to care or change immediately. Instead, show affection gently, without pressure. Let them choose their behavior, but maintain your principles. Focus on your life instead of solely on their change. Less pressure can lead to more openness. Live an admirable life. One of the best ways to lead by example is to show them you can still live a happy, meaningful life without their attention. Invest in yourself. Pursue hobbies and passions. Build healthy relationships. Take care of your physical and mental health. Seeing you strong, independent, and living a great life might encourage them to reconnect. Benefits of leading by example: maintains your peace and dignity, creates a positive environment for change, avoids relationship strain from negative reactions, builds your self-respect and independence, creates a role model for the future. 12. Emotional detachment. Why let go of negative feelings when your child ignores or disrespects you? One of the hardest things for parents is learning to let go of expectations and negative feelings when their children don't behave as expected. When ignored or treated poorly, many parents fall into a cycle of deep hurt and feeling abandoned, anger and resentment, feeling unappreciated, and a desire but inability to change their child. The truth is, you can't control how your children behave, but you can control how you react. Letting go doesn't mean cutting ties or giving up on your children. It means freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering. When you let go of expectations and negative emotions, you'll find inner peace and enjoy life more easily. Understanding letting go doesn't mean giving up. Many parents think letting go of negative feelings means they no longer love their children. That's not true. The difference: giving up means completely cutting ties and no longer caring. Letting go means freeing yourself from pain, not letting your child's emotions control you. You can still love your child without letting their actions hurt you. Stop trying to control your child. Many parents believe that if they try hard enough, their children will change. This usually leads to disappointment and suffering. Common mistakes include constantly trying to advise a child who doesn't want to listen, complaining or blaming them, and comparing them to others. You can't force anyone to change, but you can change how you react to protect your peace of mind. Release negative emotions by setting boundaries. Letting go doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. Set boundaries to protect your mental health. For example, if your child is rude, say, "I won't continue this conversation if you don't show respect." If they only contact you for help, say, "I love you, but I want a two-way relationship." If they don't want to connect, respect their space, but don't let it hurt you. Setting boundaries shows you respect yourself and expect respect in return. Focus on your own happiness. Instead of being sad because your child doesn't care, find things that bring you joy. Invest in yourself. Learn a new hobby: painting, cooking, playing an instrument, gardening, traveling. Connect with friends, join community groups, exercise, practice gratitude. Focus on the good things in life. A fulfilling life means you won't depend on your child's behavior for happiness. Don't let guilt control you. Many parents feel guilty, thinking they did something wrong. Remember, no one's a perfect parent. You did your best with what you knew. Children have their own lives and are influenced by many factors beyond their parents. Self-blame only hurts you. It doesn't change reality. Instead of agonizing, accept you've done your duty and deserve peace. Accept that children don't always understand. A painful truth. Children don't always recognize their parents' sacrifices. Some only appreciate it too late. You can't force understanding. Sometimes it takes time. Live your life well without waiting for their acknowledgement. Keep the love, let go of expectations. You can love your child without expecting them to behave as you want. Love them unconditionally, but don't let them take advantage of your feelings. If they want distance, respect that, but don't suffer because of it. If they return, welcome them with love, not blame. Letting go of expectations frees you from suffering and allows for gentler love. Benefits of letting go of negative feelings. You'll feel lighter and more peaceful. You won't be affected by your child's behavior. You can focus on your life and your own joy. You'll be stronger, more independent, and less vulnerable to hurt. And if your child returns, the relationship will be better because there's less pressure. It's tough when your kids ignore or disrespect you, but don't let it steal your joy. Stay chill, set some healthy limits, and focus on yourself. You've got this. Your happiness isn't about what others think. It's about how much you love yourself. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, share the love, and subscribe for more awesome advice. You deserve respect, and it all begins with self-respect. Stay strong, stay awesome, and take care.